Good afternoon and welcome to the castle, the home of the Curtis Warriors. Today is week 2. Sorry guys. Today is week 2. I had a little malfunction there for a minute. Today is week 2 of the Sage Standout Game of the Week. And it pits the Curtis Warriors versus the Falcons of Susan Wagner. So again, this is Andre Johnson. I hope you guys are kind of matriculating from the Eagle game. We have both streams going on at the same time. And as you can see, the Curtis Warriors are getting ready to get onto the field. So we are trying to capture the ambiance. So we're going to go to the on-field announcers as they announce the Warriors coming onto the field.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready for the entrance of our Curtis Warriors. Come on, you can do that in the jet. Come on, make some noise. Curtis Warriors!
The Curtis Warriors, 2-1 on the season, up against Susan Wagner. Susan Wagner looking for their first win on the season. And we're very excited to bring you this game. So please be active in the chat. We'll get a poll open. I already see there's something I need to address in the chat. Hold on. He's telling me that my Eagle Academy is getting the belt. Hey, man. It's early in the season. You know, Sage Media. All right, let's be honest, right? We all know Sage Media started at Eagle Academy, right? So I've known those guys for, Lord of mercy, 7 years now. So, of course, when I come on the commentary, we don't have bias. But, yeah, they're getting the belt. And it's early in the season, and they'll get back to it. I believe in them. So we're going to go back to the the field announcer so you can hear the national anthem.
Versus your Curtis Warriors, coached by Pete Gambardella. We ask you to please focus on the 30-yard line. Remove your caps. Please stand as Mia Bailey will be singing our national anthem. Two. Don't worry, it's not our fault.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early what's so proudly we hailed at the twilight's light?
now we're going to go through the ones to watch for the Curtis Warriors. And first is Anthony Caratelli, the sophomore quarterback. He's definitely proven to be one of the better quarterbacks in the whole league. Of course, you know the helmet of Curtis is heavy. So many legends. I mean, you just think of Quincy, who led the Warriors to the – the Warriors were the last team other than E-Hall to win, and that team was led by Quincy. And now Mr. Caratelli is taking the reins, and what a game he had last week. Almost 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in the second quarter against New Dorp. And, of course, there's a pair of sophomores. There's Quadair Gomez, standout running back. And against this Wagner team, you know, they had a lot of trouble defending Tottenville's run last week. So I'm expecting a lot. I'm expecting the ball to go to Mr. Gomez a whole lot today. So forgive me, I don't have the roster for Wagner. So I'm not being unbiased to them. I just was not able to get the roster, not on PSAL and all of that. So we're just going to rock with what we have. It looks like the Falcons are going to get the ball first. Sure you guys can hear the crowd going. I am on the scoreboard today, so have some patience with me. But definitely make sure you answer that poll, who you got. Of course, the Warriors of Curtis are the favorites in this game. But listen, I believe the Sage Standout Game of the Week has some magic. So let's see if the Falcons can come here in prime time Friday night and make a name for themselves. One of the players to watch, unfortunately, again, I don't have Wagner's roster, but Anthony Hooker is definitely a player to watch. Very talented wide receiver, secondary player. And let me tell you, in the chat, sorry, I can't say your name. I'm just calling you M. Munster. Munster. Sorry, I'm butchering your name. But, yeah, I mean, the cast, Curtis got their field redone maybe 2 years ago, and it's an absolutely gorgeous field. Absolutely gorgeous. Really nice turf, good stands, lights. I think they have the best lights in the whole PSAL, I'll be honest with you. Their lights, really, you'll see as the game goes on, it will be completely illuminated. So here we go, guys. Week 2 of the Sage Standout Game of the Week. And that ball's on the ground, and it is scooped up by Wagner. So they'll have the ball 1st and 10 from about the 28-yard line.
Wagner Falcons recovered the ball. 1st and 10 from the 28.
So let's see what Wagner has for us. Again, last week they had a tough time against Tottenville, but it's another Staten Island rivalry. Looks like they're lining up 2 tight ends, 2 to the right. Going under center now. Handoff. And he is stuffed right about at the original line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. So, again, I really hope you guys are enjoying the streams. You know, this is actually a monumental day for us as a company in Sage Media. You know, 2 live streams happening at the same time and 2 different boroughs. It's really an accomplishment that I'm proud of, and I hope you guys can appreciate watching because, you know, a lot goes into putting these games on for you guys. So I just want to say thank you already for you guys being great fans and tuning in to support the young men of New York City. So it's the 2nd and 10. Hands it. And he is tackled And that's number 0, Saquon Lawton. Maybe a gain of about 1. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 from the 29-yard line.
Third down. And 8.
So it's the 3rd and long, 2 in the backfield, 2 to the quarterback's left. Pretty unique formation. Looking to throw for the first time. It's a wheel. He has a man up the sideline. Does he have the foot speed? He doesn't, but he's out at the 35-yard line. Huge play for Susan Wagner.
Down the left sideline. First down, Falcons.
Let me tell you, guys, the Sage standout game of the week, I'm telling you, it has some magic.
First and 10 from the 37.
So 1st and 10 from about, let's call it the 38-yard line. Probably the 37. That was a very unique. So first, I'll talk about that play in a second. Sends a man in motion. Handoff. And he's stuffed in the backfield. That's Jarrett Surratt on the tackle.
Number 3, Jarrett Surratt.
Surate, there you go. I got a little co-commentator being the field announcer. Listen, man, you saw that first play. Excuse me, that 3rd down play, I should say. Listen, any given Sunday, I know it's a Friday, so any given Friday night, Wagner with a strong start. Already in Curtis territory. Handoff. And there's a tough run defense. I see 4 Tyrell King in there. I see a bunch of Curtis bodies in on the bottom of that tackle.
Bunch of Warriors led by Lawton. And it is 3rd down.
So it's a 3rd down.
And 14.
It's called about a 3rd and 14. Another handoff. Up the lane. Does he have enough for the first down? He's just short. That was a nice little reverse there. So that's going to make it a very manageable 4th down. This would be a huge conversion for the Falcons. So 4th and 1 from the 30-yard line. Can the Falcons convert here? And that looked like a false start, and it is. It's a false start on the Falcons.
Back them up to 4th and 7.
So it's going to be a 4th and 7. So the clock, I'm trying to sync up the clock. The on-field clock is running at 7:52. Going to try and sync that up. So to make it a 4th and 7, ball is right on the 34-yard line. So you're going to that same 2 running backs to the left of the quarterback. That wheel route is there, but this time he hands it off, and he has had a lane, but very good tackling. I see number 5, Evan Dukes. I see number 8, Javon Mitchell, in on the big stop for the Warriors, and that quells any kind of momentum the Falcons had. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Ball's on the 31-yard line. 3 receivers to Caratelli's right. Quadier to the right of him as well. Rolls right, throws right, deep, has a man, but he overthrows him. He had Aki Lewis, number 15, streaking down the middle of the field, but Anthony put a little bit too much on that ball. 2nd and 10. Sorry, I forgot to take the flag off there. That's my fault. So the Warriors are moving pretty quickly, not even huddling. Caratelli with an even set, motioning over to the right. Looking to throw. Rolls out. Probably a holding. It is going to be a holding. There is a man wide open. He's going to score the touchdown, but that is absolutely coming back. I didn't even get excited on the call because I saw it with my own eyes. So that's going to be a holding on Curtis. I hope this is not a repeat of last week. If anyone tuned into the game of the week last week, there were so many big plays called back. It was awful. Sorry about that. Stopping the clock. 7:01.
Bring up 2nd and 20.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 20 for Curtis. Ball is back to the 21-yard line. So it looks like Curtis is going to be aggressive. Swings it out, and that's a good tackle. 3rd down.
Caratelli completes. No gain. 3rd down at 20.
So it's 3rd and long. Trips to the left. Caratelli looks to the left. Looks. Has a man in the middle of the field. It's going to be short. That's Dukes. Talented wide receiver. I mean, he made a meal of that. Dukes with about a 15-yard reception.
Short of a 1st down. We'll bring up 4th down.
I somehow deleted all the messages in the chat. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, that was an accident, chat. We didn't mean to delete those messages. So Curtis staying on the field. So it's a 4th and about 5. Let's see if they try to draw him off. Curtis is on the 38-yard line. 5:34 on the clock. We'll try to catch it up. Motioning right. And it's a fumble. Bad snap. Caratelli can still make a play. Can he make something happen? No. And the Falcons are going to get the ball on Curtis territory on the 25-yard line.
Fumble handoff.
Huge break for the Falcons.
Falcons take over on downs.
Again, there's magic in this game.
From the 26.
Don't listen to Coach Mack. I know some of y'all probably heard what Coach Mack had to say on the New York Talks podcast. That's why we don't play the game on paper, man. The Falcons are in business on, let's call that the 26-yard line. Handoff. And they are not in business after that play. Falcons having a tough time running the ball.
Number 8, Mitchell.
There was Javon Mitchell in on there. There was Jarris Surratt on there. So that's going to be a 2nd and 12. Every given Friday. Dre, I always see you in the chat, so shout out to you, man. You're a big supporter. Really appreciate it. Every given Friday. This is the Sage Standout Game of the Week, man. Everyone can say, yo, why'd you pick Wagner? Why'd you pick Wagner? Well, we'll see. 2nd and long. Another handoff. Has a bit better of a lane. But look at that form tackle from Saquon Lawton.
Lawton with the stop.
Now, we're going to get to – I spoke to Coach Gambo earlier in the week. We're going to get to his quote at the first stoppage. But he was speaking glowingly about the linebacking core. And I'm seeing a great work from this linebacking core. That's Saquon Lawton. That's Anthony Gambarella. That's Jared Surratt. So it's going to be a third down. Ball's on the 30-yard line. Looking to throw. Looking for that wheel again, and it is intercepted by Tyrell King. So the Warriors defense stands up, and they get the ball right back. So they snatch the momentum right from the Falcons. So we'll have that replay for you a little later. So it's going to be 1st and 10. I'm just going to start the clock, so it's 3:25. 1st and 10 from the Warriors. Ball's right on that 30-yard line. Motioning. It's like a power run here. Probably the first run of the game. Look at his strength, but goes nowhere. Great run defense. That was Quadir Gomez on the run. Only a gain of about 1 there.
Q Gomez on the carry. Gain of a couple.
We have the clock just about synced up. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 9, let's call it. Another handoff. Has a great lane. That offensive line, shout out to them. They completely down blocked and washed the whole Falcons defensive line at least 2-3 yards. So, yes, it will go to Mr. Quadir Gomez, but shout out to that Warrior offensive line. So they're moving quickly. Ball's on the 44-yard line. Gain of about 11-12 there. Another handoff. Quadir breaks the tackle. Gains about 9.
Gomez gets about 8. 2nd and 2.
Let's call it 2nd and 1. Are they going to give him the first down? Waiting for the chains. No, so let's call it a 2nd and 1. Ball is now on the 47-yard line of Falcons. So the first time Curtis is in Falcons territory. High snap! But Anthony, shout out to Mr. Gambarella because he did a great job, athletic play, reacting to the snap and preventing a disaster for the Warriors.
Caratelli stopped for a loss.
So Caratelli with a great job going up and catching that. It's going to make it a 3rd and 8. Ball's on the 45. Getting towards the end of the first quarter. Anthony looking to pass. Has a man. That's Dukes. And he, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Warriors. And I'm sure it got very loud for you guys. Curtis tradition hitting the steps like that. And we will show that touchdown after the extra point on our instant replay. So you gotta give me a second to cue that up. So the Warriors do indeed strike first
Ibrahim Al-Qasimi for the try.
after a little bit of slow of a start. And it is good. So our score is 7-0 Warriors. we're queuing up that replay. So I saw Evan Dukes, one of the most talented wide receivers in the entire league. So let's go to the replay. Should be able to hear me now. All right. So, yeah, I mean, it looked like a post route, and he kind of cut his route a little short, and there was just nobody near him. It was an easy touchdown.
Kickoff recovered at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Falcons.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Ball's on the 35-yard line. Handoff. Has a bit of a lane. Big hit.
Number 1 on the carry.
That was Javon Mitchell on that big hit trying to pry the ball loose. But that's a good run for the Falcons, gain of about 5. So no, it seems like there are some technical difficulties on the other game. So sorry about that. I'm obviously not in Brooklyn. I'm in Staten Island. But that game is just about over. It looks like the final score is going to be, I think it's about 28-0. So JFK is going to get the big win on the road in Brooklyn. But we're focused here in Staten Island. Wagner trying to pull the upset, and they go nowhere again.
Number 5 on the carry. Lawton and Mitchell combined.
Again, Mitchell's just been all over the field for Curtis.
On the play. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a timeout. We have 8 seconds. Sorry about the clock there. We have about 8 seconds left. It's going to be a 3rd and 7.
And that is the end of
no,
the
there you go.
quarter.
That is the end of the first quarter.
Is 7, Wagner 0.
So our score is 7-0 Curtis. All right, so earlier I was able to speak to, give me a second here. So we'll go, let's just go to it now. So earlier I was able to speak to the Coach Gambarella. And, you know, Curtis had 2 really big wins in the past 2 weeks, and he really gave it up to his quarterback and his all-city running back, Quadir Gomez. You know, the defense did a great job. You know, like I said, he was ranting and raving about his linebackers, and you see the job they've been doing in this game. But in order for Curtis to make that, you know, you were used to seeing Curtis in the Final Four. In order for them to get back there, it's all about consistency for Coach Gambo. So right now, it's looking pretty good for the Warriors. Shaky start on the offense to begin, but you see that defense is flying around. And, you know, we're not going to move ahead too far, but just to let you guys know, of course, in 2 weeks, we will see these same Curtis Warriors going down to see the Dutchman. So this is an important game for Curtis to stay focused and to really start that consistency. 3 wins in a row would be huge. And Of course, yes, 3 wins in a row would be huge, and of course 4 would be even better going into that E-Hall game. So it's a 3rd and 7 for the Falcons. Hands it off. Has a nice lane, and he gets the first down for the Falcons.
First down, Falcons.
So the Falcons are getting some nice plays here and there. Just got to string a nice drive together. You know, they've gone after that early success with that wheel. They've tried to go back to it, but it kind of looks like Curtis has made that adjustment. So it's a 1st and 10. Ball's actually on the 46-yard line. Handoff. Nice little gain there, 3-4 yards. Let's go to that 2nd and 6.
Number 1 on the carry. Pick up of about 2. 2nd and 8.
Oh, I gave him too many yards. 2nd and 8. Ball's right on the 48-yard line. Yeah, I like that. Wagner is absolutely playing with heart today, as they should. You know, I hope, some of the things that have been said on social media all week, hopefully they put that on the bulletin board, and they've been, we want to see a good game. So if people are talking on the internet, come out and shock the world and come get this win, and that's what the Falcons are trying to do here. So it looks like a flag. It's going to be a false start on the Falcons.
Penalty on the Falcons.
2nd and 13. There is 10:31 on the clock. And that's what, that's what comes with the extra media attention, right? People are going to talk, we come with the cameras, but it's really to set the stage for our young athletes. And as you can see, the Falcons hanging in there early. Another handoff is another stuff from Curtis. Who is in on that? I see 12. That's Devin Deckham.
Bunch of Warriors. And it is 3rd down.
The Falcons have to find a way to avoid these big losses on the run. They're getting 3, then they're getting a penalty, then they're getting a -5. Got to try to get at least, what did they say back in the day? Anyone play football, I'm sure you had a coach that told you, if we get 3.5 yards on every single play, we're just going to go our touchdown every single time. So 3 to the right. Running back also to the right. Motioning. Again, that unique formation. And they hand it right off, and it goes nowhere. Jared Surratt is having a huge game. Every time I look up, it's number 3. That's Surratt, excuse me. Every time I look up, it's that big number 3 in the backfield. So it's a 4th down, so it's going to be the first punt of the day. Wagner might have to call a timeout. I wonder what the play clock is. It took a long time. They get the punt off. It's a good punt. Very returnable. That's Mr. Dukes. He already has a touchdown, and that sideline is wide open, and that's another touchdown, Warriors, but there is a flag. So let's wait on the call. Waiting on the call here. And it will not count. That is a holding on Curtis. So Mr. Dukes looking for his second touchdown on the day. Evan's trying to get a shirt, man. Evan's trying to get an interview. So I'm sure he's going to have some words for his return team. But Mr. Dukes, some tell me you're going to get another chance for a big play in this game. So they'll have it in Wagner territory on the 39-yard line.
First and 10 from the 39.
Caratelli sending a man in motion. Hands it. That's 44. He has a big lane, but it is coming back. I saw that holding from here. Wide receivers, when you're blocking, got to keep those hands off the shoulder pads. That's the easiest tell for holding for the referee. So that was Nicholas on the run, number 44. But it will be coming back. 8:02 on the clock, guys. So it's still going to be first down. Bulls right on the 36-yard line. So actually a net gain of 3, and that's going to be a timeout, Susan Wagner. .7:53 on the clock. So while we have a minute, just to remind you guys, this game is brought to you by Sage Media Solutions. Again, I am very proud today. I know we had some technical difficulties in the other game, but you know what? It's our first time doing 2 games in 2 boroughs at the same time, so I can't be more proud of my staff. Shout out to Zoe, shout out to Steph, shout out to Shahab, Kyle, Lord, Greg. There's too many to name. Y'all know who you are. Shout out to everyone. Super proud of what we're being able to pull off today. And again, we're doing this for New York City.
Hi, Cam.
So it's a 1st and 7. Pretty unique down and distance here. Handoff. Has a nice lane. Strong downhill runner.
And that is enough for
is Nicholas.
Warriors.
Nicholas is a get-to-the-point kind of running back. So 1st and 10, ball's on the 25-yard line. Curtis offense getting into a nice flow. And there's a flag.
Offsides on the Falcons.
A full start. So means offsides. So that penalty actually was on Wagner. So now Curtis is right on the edge of the end zone, or I guess they're in the end zone. In the red zone, excuse me. Right on that 20-yard line. Two receivers to the left, motioning 15 over. Looking to throw. Has a man. One-handed grab. from Aki Lewis, the young sophomore.
First down.
Nice snag. I know in the chat, talking about gloves, it was really easy to see that one-hander with those lime green neon gloves. So it's another first down for the Warriors, right on the 10-yard line. Is that going to be enough for first and goal? Not exactly. Handoff to Nicholas. It's pay dirt. It's a touchdown. Warriors. So we'll cue up that replay.
For the try.
And the extra point is good. So our score is going to be 14-0. So let's go to the replay. Probably a bit of a hold there, right in the middle of the field. But Nicholas isn't going to care. Huge hole. Shout out to the offensive line. Easy touchdown for the Warriors. .6:41 on the clock. Falcons could definitely use a good return. You see, the thing is, the Falcons really had the ball in some good territory in this game. Yeah, just like my man M in the chat is saying, you know, Wagner had a lot of momentum in the game. They've had the ball deep in Curtis territory twice, but the negative plays really just stalled those drives. If Wagner could keep it 14, we'll see what happens in the second half. But Wagner has to keep it here at 14. Hopefully get a touchdown themselves to stay in this game. A third touchdown is going to be tough. So hopefully the Falcons can stand tough here. So the 2 touchdowns on the day was a long strike, maybe a 50-yard catch from Evan Dukes, and then about a 10-yard run from Nicholas M. I'm sorry, I just don't want to butcher your last name. My fault, Nicholas. And make sure you guys stay tuned at halftime as it's Alumni Day for the Warriors. So we're going to stay live for that so we can, you know, honor the alumni. And number 1 is tackled by number 16, Chase Rogers.
First down, Falcons.
As the Falcons will have a 1st and 10 from about the 25-yard line. Yeah, Munster. I mean, the penalties were huge. The penalties and those big negative plays really stalled the momentum for Wagner. So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Handoff. That's a great job. I'm trying to see the number on that. He's at the bottom of the pile. Pretty sure that was number 11. Santino.
2nd and 11.
So they call him Sonny. Sonny Karula did a great job. He had a man stalk blocking him. That's, you know, a wide receiver blocking you. stood his ground, didn't pick a side. Because if you're a cornerback there, if you pick a side, you make it easier for the runner. So he let the runner decide first, got off of the block, and even if he's not credited with the tackle, number 11, Sonny, made the play there. So at about a second and looks like a second and 11. Looks like a false start. It is going to be a false start.
Second and 16.
So second and 16. Yeah, I got to see. The clock is pretty interesting because looks like they're running the clock through the penalties. I don't know because the clock is already at 5:17. So sorry about that, guys. I'm the one on the scoreboard. But I'll keep you updated. Yeah, I think you guys get the gist of what's going on, right? So a second and long. First down is the 35-yard line. Looking to throw. Nice little shovel pass, but the Warriors are not tricked. That was number 2, Anthony Gambardella.
AJ Gambardella on the stop.
Gambardella, excuse me. Gambardella on the tackle. Great job. Falcons tries to misdirection there. But again, just like Coach Gambardella was saying, this linebacking crew, I have been very impressed with them all game long. As the clock, I don't know what's happening. All right, so the clock is going. The Falcons just taking a bit of time. So it's going to be a third and long. First down is the 35-yard line. Falcons are going to have to open it up. And they choose to run it, which is understandable, deep in your own territory. But it looks like, yes, Curtis will take a timeout. And as we have a second, just a reminder, New York Football Talk every Monday at 7:15. It will be me, Andre Johnson, Coach Mack from Move the Chains Academy, and Jared Veluzzi of Uzi Sports. Hopefully you guys are watching. Those are my guys. Shout outs to y'all. Monday, 7:15. We will recap the PSAL. Yes, we have to talk about my Eagle Academy. We don't duck any smoke. We don't duck any smoke on the chat, online, wherever it is. We duck no smoke. We talk about it all. And, of course, we will be recapping this game, and we'll be looking forward to the next game of the week. So it's interactive. Get in there. And let's have a chat on Monday, right before Monday Night Football.
17.
So the Falcons punting for the second time today. And it's a bad snap, and that is a bit of a catastrophe for the Falcons.
Number 26 on the carry.
As now the Warriors are going to have the ball in the red zone already.
First down, Warriors.
Yo, my man M, send the application to the Instagram. And if you're a player, don't even bother. Because this media stuff is for us retired folk, all right? You got a lot. I see in your picture, I see a football player. This media commentary stuff, this is the retirement home, all right? We all used to be athletes. We would much rather be in your shoes. So unless you retired and washed, can't join Sage Media. Be a 1st and 10. He has a lane, and that is another touchdown, Warriors. That is Quadir Gomez. As like I said, it was very important for the Falcons to not to give up another touchdown there. As the extra point is good. So that brings our score to 21-0 Warriors. So let's cue up another replay. All right, let's go to the replay. See what we can see here. So we down block. It's just perfect blocking. Look at the right side of that offensive line. I mean, listen, shout to Mr. Gomez, of course. But I saw number 75. I'll have to look at it again. Ashton Wilson. I got to shout out the middle and the right side of that offensive line because, again, they washed that whole entire Wagner defensive line. And, hey, listen, I'm washed up, but I could have ran that for that touchdown. So huge shout out to the Warriors offensive line.
Number 1 on the carry. Knocked out of bounds. 1st down, Falcons from the 26.
Munster, what's your first name? So I can call you by the right name. And I'm really sorry to hear that you tore your ACL, man. So it's really unfortunate. You know, get to rehab, get right. Hopefully you're a multi-sport athlete. So, you know, I guess it's kind of tough if you just did your ACL. But regardless, you know, go to physical therapy, get yourself right. And, hey, maybe we have a place for you in the media space. Munty, got you. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Falcons. I like this little set they have here. Handoff, and it's stuff. I think, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I think Monsignor Farrell has a similar – do they have a similar formation? Maybe not. I mean, listen. The Monsignor Farrell I used to watch is probably way different from the Monsignor Farrell that's playing right now. Very competitive team. Shout out to them. You know, we in Staten Island. Shout out to all the Staten Island teams. So it's a 2nd and 9. The Warriors have really began to impose themselves on the Falcons. Again, if the Falcons could get a touchdown going into the half to keep it at a 2-score game, they are so in this game still. But, yeah, the short plays is not helping the cause. So that's going to be a timeout. Didn't see who called that timeout. But I'm going to assume it was Curtis, so I'm going to take Curtis's timeout. .145 left on the clock. So this is something that we were talking about on – we were talking about this on the podcast on Monday, how, you know, you have – those 3 playoff teams from last year. You have Wagner, you have Newdorp, and you have Port Richmond. They did a great job. I think both teams, all 3 of those teams were 4-4. Made the playoffs. So, you know, I guess You make the playoffs, and now the next year you got to play a really tough schedule. You know, again, I do think the PSAL got it right when it came to the schedule and the strength of schedule. Wagner earned this by, you know, making the playoffs last year. I'm sure they lost a lot of players. I heard that they had a lot of seniors last year. But, yeah, the Falcons are having a tough time, but it's all about building for those behind you as well. Ball's on the ground, and is it recovered? It seems like it was recovered by the Falcons. BX, brother, appreciate you, man. I'm trying my hardest, man. 4 teams, 2 games, 2 boroughs, 1 network. So that was most likely the last timeout from Curtis. .141 left on the clock. Stands are really starting to fill out. Sun is just about gone. It's actually orange skies right now. Very beautiful. Right behind me. It's very, very beautiful. So the punt is good. That's 15. Aki Lewis already has had a big game. Up the right sideline, there is another flag. Didn't have the foot speed, but there is a flag on the play.
First down, Warriors.
Monty, do you go to, is it Midwood? Which game are you talking about from last year? So that's going to be a holding on Curtis. But appreciate the nice words, man. Like I said, we're trying to put on for you guys, man. You know, athletes in New York City, they put, you know, listen, don't let anyone tell you that the PSAL doesn't have a premium product. You know, even if this game is looking a little lopsided, I can go to any of the leagues you can talk about, and there'll be lopsided games. There'll be a team that dominates. There'll be a top 4 that always is in the Final 4. You know, the PSAL is no different from any other league. And we got plenty of Division I athletes and all that. Good competition. Anthony, look to put an exclamation point on the half, but he goes down. That's big numbers. I saw number 50 there on the tackle. Good coverage by the secondary. I'm going to call that a secondary sack. 2nd and 12.
2nd down and 12.
Ant looking to throw, and that's an accurate throw to Mr. Dukes. Man, like I said, that's going to be 1st and goal for Curtis, but that was a pinpoint pass. Mark the replay for that, because that was a pinpoint pass for Mr. Caratelli. So that's going to be a 1st and goal. Oh, excuse me. They're right outside of it, or are they on the 10-yard line? So it's a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. There are 39 seconds left and counting. Handoff, looking left, throws it in the middle field. Wide open, touchdown, Warriors. That's Aki Lewis with a huge half. Perfect throw from Mr. Caratelli. And the Warriors have officially run away with this.
Cassini on the try.
So we're going to queue up 2 plays for you guys, and the extra point is good. So our score is 28-0. All right, so we're going to go to that long throw first. It's about a 40-yard completion. Oh, excuse me, I have that too fast. But, no, it's perfect right there. Look at the accuracy on that throw from Caratelli. That throw was perfect. That was routine. We're playing catch with no defenders. Mr. Dukes did not even have to think about that. Perfect throw from Ant. Ball's on the ground. Nice stick.
Number 1 on the carry.
24 seconds left on the clock. I can't see anything else but Wagner doing anything else but probably taking a knee. Just get to half. And before half, we will show that the touchdown throw. But I am so impressed with Mr. Caratelli. You know, we talk about who are the top quarterbacks in this league. We talk about the top wide receivers. You know, Anthony Caratelli and Evan Dukes are definitely in the conversation. Jeff Hardy, appreciate the words, man. So at half, our score is going to be 28-0 Warriors. Make sure you stay tuned, especially the Curtis Warrior alum. But real quick, we are going to queue up and go to that instant replay of the touchdown from Anthony to Aki Lewis. Mr. Lewis is having a big half, too. So let's go to that replay. Taking a little long here. So you see 15 in the slot. They motion someone over. And that's just a slant. Wide open, routine. Somebody missed an assignment there. So again, our score is 28-0 Curtis. We're going to stay at halftime for the cheerleaders, and there is a alumni ceremony. So again, this is Andre Johnson. I'll be in the chat. Hope you guys enjoy halftime.
your attention to the entrance. Tonight we are going to induct some members into the Ring of Honor. Principal Greg Janicki under his advisement. And we're going to start with Coach Andy Barberi. This legendary coach who graduated from Curtis High School, went on to play at NYU, got in the Warriors for a whopping 29 years. He led the Warriors to victory 82 times during his tenure, but most importantly, he always emphasized the importance of education and earned the admiration of numerous former players for his unconditional dedication to the program. Leave the speaker, leave the speaker. Leave it, leave it, leave it.
Who are you flicking on? Racing. You're the same shit as me. Puerto Rican, same shit.
Oh, no. I don't know about that one.
She's the, oh yeah, I'm Dominican too. I'm just saying, we're in 2024. We look the same.
We don't look the same, but we aren't the same. This culture, different. You're
We might be cousins. We might be.
no,
Huh? We're cousins? What?
she's racist. She said we're the same.
You cannot talk. I hate you.
Oh.
You broke my glasses.
He led the Warriors to victory 82 times during his tenure. But most importantly, he always emphasized the importance of education and earned the admiration of numerous form for his unconditional dedication to the program. Let's hear it for Coach Andy Barberi. This gentleman to my left, I've had the pleasure of knowing for a very long time. Coach Fred Oliveri. Let's hear it for Coach Oliveri. Coach, don't get mad, but it says I gotta give you a graduation date. The 1966 Curtis graduate. The Warrior varsity team for 26 incredible seasons and did a whole lot of things along the way. Oliveri, in fact, posted a 170, 110, and 4 record during his tenure and led the PSAL Warriors to crack 98, 99, 2002, and 2007. I'm not good at math, but that's a 4-time champion coach. He is a Staten Island Sports Hall of Famer. Oliveri was a mentor to many players. He had the privilege of coaching many NFL players, 2 of them which are right here, Dominic Easley and Vernon Turner, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Once again, legendary coach Fred Oliveri. Our third nominee for the Ring of Honor, Dino Giro. Anybody here from the Mangiero family? Anybody here? All right, well, hopefully they'll get here soon. The defensive lineman was an interior force during his playing days with the Warriors, en route to earning Advance All-Star honors and the Joe Burke Award as Staten Island's top high school football player following the 1975 season. The Staten Island Hall of Famer enjoyed a highly successful career at Rutgers University. The third-team All-American as a senior, before playing 7 seasons in the NFL with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Seattle Seahawks, Cisco 49ers, and the New England Patriots. Let's hear it for Dino Mangiero. This fourth person certainly needs no introduction to the Curtis community. Vernon Turner. The 3-year was the Warriors' starting quarterback between the 1983 and 1985. All he did was pass for 3,645 yards during his tenure. The Staten Island Sports Hall of Famer, who had 3 consecutive 1,000-yard passing seasons, also rushed for 537 yards during his senior season. Turner was a 2-time Advance All-Star winner as a senior. He played collegiately for Carson Newman, then was associated with a number of franchises, including the Denver Broncos, the Buffalo Bills, Los Angeles Rams, Detroit Lions, Bay Buccaneers, where he was the first Buccaneer ever to return a punt, and the Carolina Panthers. Let's give it up for Turner. Correct. Thank you. Fugazi. Oh, Vernon Turner. Number 5. Unfortunately, Stephen Gregory, who's our number 5th, couldn't be with us tonight. He is coaching the defensive backs at Vanderbilt University. The fleet-footed Gregory was a star on both sides of the ball, but did the bulk of his damage on offense en route to being named the Al Fabry Staten Island's best high school, as well as 2-time Advance All-Star, both his junior and senior season, 1999 and 2000. He his PSAL City Crown, a sophomore and a junior. The Staten Island Sports Hall of Famer, successful collegiate career, Syracuse University. Before playing the San Diego Chargers, the New England Patriots, he's also famous for a thing caused the butt fumble. Everybody knows that. Let's for Staten Island Hall of Famer Stephen Gregory. And certainly, last but not least, Doc Easley. The defensive tackle was a force in the trenches, en route to be named a 3-time Advance All-Star between 2007 and 2009. As well, the Fabry went as Staten Island's best high school football player his senior year. The Warriors PSAL City champions during the sophomore senior season. The Under Armour All-American was the nation's number 3 recruit in the country. He went on to play collegiately at a school known in the swamp as the University of Florida. He is a Super Bowl champion with the New England Patriots. He also was a first-round pick. Didn't have a knee injury, he probably would have been the 2nd overall pick with the New England Patriots. He also played with the Los Angeles Rams. Our very own Dominic Easley. At this time, I'm going to ask everyone to turn and face the Browns up here. We're going to take it down, And these gentlemen will be immortalized here forever at Curtis High School. Let's give them a big round of applause. Once again, Andy Barberi, Coach Andy Barberi, Coach Fred Oliveri, Eno Mangiero, Vernon Turner, Stephen Gregory, and Dominic Easley. Let's give them a big round of applause. On behalf of the Alumni Association, I want to thank Tony Mack for putting this together. I want to thank our principal, Gregory Janicki. I want to thank our head coach, Peter Gammon. And I want to thank all of you from all over to be here tonight. We are very proud of the tradition here at Curtis. It is one of strong, proud tradition. So once again, let's give everyone a big round of applause. Take some pictures. We're about to start the second half. Let's go Warriors. Thanks again.
We are back. This is Andre Johnson here with you guys on this beautiful Friday night in Staten Island. Our score is 28-0 Curtis. This is week 2 of the Sage Standout Game of the Week. And I'm excited to bring you second half of football. Now, I understand the score is lopsided, but, this gives a lot of players some opportunities to shine. To recap that half, this has pretty much been the Anthony Caratelli showcase game. Mr. Caratelli is showing that he has one of the most accurate deep balls in all of the league. And his top receiver is Mr. Evan Dukes. Probably should have 3 touchdowns on the day because that punt return got called back. So Curtis will get the ball to open up the half.
Warriors will receive the second half kick.
And that is it recovered by the Falcons? Is it recovered by the Falcons? We're waiting for the signal. The Falcons say they have it. There's a flag. I'm waiting. There's no call. Did I miss it?
Kick recovered by the Falcons. Penalty on the play.
So we're waiting on the flag now. That was a very confusing start. Was it recovered by the Falcons? What's the flag? So it definitely was recovered by the Falcons. And I think the flag was thrown on the Curtis sideline. So, okay, Falcons. They are still battling. I've seen crazier things happen. So it's going to be 1st and 10, Wagner on right at midfield. Caught the Warriors asleep coming out of halftime. So let's see. 2 to the right. Another handoff. And again, I think the Falcons are in negative rushing yards. If they're not negative, it's neutral. Sorry, I don't know the Tottenville score. I know JFK won big over Eagle Academy. That's the only game I know of. And obviously this score is 28-0 Curtis. Who's Tottenville playing today? If someone in the chat knows, I don't even know who Tottenville's playing. Is it New Dorp? Is Tottenville playing New Dorp today? 2nd and 11. Ball's on the 49. Look like a false start, but we're going to go. Looking to throw, rolls out right, and he goes nowhere, and that's number 56, Marcus Stafford on the sack.
Loss of 15.
25 had nowhere to go, and that's going to be a 3rd and a mile. Ball is on the 37-yard line. So 3rd and long. First down is the Curtis 40-yard line. Falcons lining up with trips to the right. Looking to throw, rolls out right, has a man in his face, and yes, he will go down. That's number 11, Sonny Corella. Credit him on this, with the sack there. So 2 sacks for the Warriors. And even though the Falcons were able to surprise Curtis and get that ball back, they can't do anything with it. So I think this is punt number 3 on the day. Dukes and Akai Lewis, excuse me. That's 15, right? I'm not sure if that's 15. All right, here's the punt. This punt is not going to be returnable. Yes, that was Akai Lewis. So and there is a flag, looks like little extracurriculars.
First down, Warriors.
So waiting to see the flag on the play. So they're calling 2 penalties on Curtis. That's going to take them way back. Whoa, what could a penalty that could have that been? If someone in the chat can help me out, because Curtis have the ball on their 16-yard line, and that punt went 10 yards. That punt had about the Wagner 45-yard line. What kind of penalty was that? Somebody either in the future in a comment, please help me out. What kind of penalty was assessed to Curtis just now? Anyway, hand it off. Big hole. That's Mr. Quadair Gomez. I'm sorry I didn't even update the down and distance because I was just trying to figure out what that penalty could have been.
First down, Warriors.
So it's a 1st and 10 after the Mr. Gomez run. I think we're going to see a lot of Quadair in this half. Another handoff. Breaks 2, breaks 3, still on his feet. Strong runner.
Gomez. Gain of 3.
Quadair, just a young sophomore. And just looking at Quadair, I got to see him up close. I want to make the comparison to Kyan Filbert. Again, he's only a sophomore. Of course, Kyan has had quite a few years to fill out as a senior. And looking to throw, throwing it deep. And there is a flag. That was intended for Casey Royal.
First down, Warriors.
And as you can see, the crowd loved that. So it's only 15 yards in high school ball. This half might be a competition of who is the Sage standout player. Players trying to get into the interview. Caratelli in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Looking to pass, looking deep, going right back to Mr. Royal, and it is caught.
Pass intended for Casey Royal. Beautiful ball by
Again, just the accuracy of Mr. Anthony Caratelli. The accuracy is tremendous. As he's leading the Warriors, looking to make another score. They're deep in Falcon territory. 1st down, handoff to Nicholas M. Already has a touchdown on the day.
Gain of 5, 2nd down.
That ball is down to about the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6. Sorry about that clock. 6:49 and counting. Caratelli looking to throw. There is a flag on the play. And he absolutely had a Kai Lewis wide open.
Offsides on the Falcons.
No. How could they have called a false start, an offsides on Wagner? Because then the play should have kept going. I don't understand that. Neutral zone infraction? I think they meant a neutral zone infraction. So I think on a neutral zone infraction, they stopped the play. But an offsides is essentially a free play for the offense. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. So 2nd and short, ball's under 19. Looks like they're running the same play. Caratelli throws it to Kai Lewis, and that is another touchdown, Warriors. I'm sure you guys can tell the Warrior fans really like stomping them stands, boy. I can barely hear myself.
5 for 5.
Just like the announcer said, 5 for 5 on the extra points, bringing our score to 35-0. Warriors, as we're queuing up that replay for you. I mean, the Warriors literally ran the same exact play. Queuing up that replay. Give me a second. All right. Yeah, on that neutral zone infraction, they motioned over Mr. Akai Lewis, ran him out into the flat, had a post route on top. You're not going to be able to see that. Caratelli has all day to throw. And, yeah, this is just pitch and catch. Mr. Akai does the rest. Touchdown. So let's see how many more drives the first team offense gets. Maybe we could see number 10, Vincent Kenzaroni. Oh, big tackle. Woo-hoo! That is Sonny Karula. So that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Falcons. I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I feel you on that. I mean, Money, I don't know if you saw the same thing. I mean, that was the same exact play. So 1st and 10. Looks like there is a change at quarterback. I'm pretty sure it was 24 or 25 in at quarterback. Maybe they got a young guy in there now. Looks like more of like a wildcat offense here. Number 5, good stick from Terrell King. As it looks like number 5 might get a lot of running here. So that's going to be 2nd and 6, about a 4-yard run. Ball's on the 33-yard line. Sorry about the play clock. I think something went wrong there because there is 5:41 on the play clock. My apologies there, guys. Low snap. It's on the ground, and I think the Warriors do not have it. 3rd down.
Wagner recovers. 3rd down.
So definitely get in the chat. It's 3rd and 11. Ball is on the 28. Definitely get in the chat. Definitely who you guys think is the Sage standout player of the game. You know, I definitely have 2 in mind right now. I think Mr. Anthony Caratelli and Akai Lewis for sure. For sure. Another hit run. Short run. Stops the clock. How is my clock so off? That's crazy.
Daniel Lewis on the stop.
5:14 on the clock.
4th down.
Honestly, I would love to get Sonny in there. I got to see. I really think Sonny Corolla has been having a great game as well. But definitely get in the chat and let me know who you guys think. Again, it doesn't matter the score here. I mean, I'm sure the Warriors are probably going to start getting their bench in soon. It's a good roll for the Falcons. Down to the 38.
1st down, Warriors.
So let's see who comes out for the Warriors at quarterback. And I'm already seeing number 10, Vincent Canzaneri, in the huddle. So I think Caratelli's day is over. Still see Quadir Gomez in the game. All right. Mooney, that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. I won't say it out loud, but that's funny. Looking to throw. Looking deep. Does he have him? Yes, he does. And that's a touchdown, Warriors. That's another beautiful throw to Casey Royal. So one throw from Vincent Canzaneri to Mr. Royal. That was about a 60-yard strike. Extra point pending. And this one is actually no good. 5 for 6. So our score will remain 41-0 Curtis. Amir Moreau in the chat was good, my guy. Can you give me the update? Is your game over, Amir? What time is it? No, your game can't be over. Amir, maybe you're getting ready for your game? It's only 7:30. Your game, Amir, give me the updates. Is your game over already? That's Ehol Canarsie. Dre, you can ask Amir right in the chat. $50. That's a final? Against Canarsie? Really? Damn. That's a big. Oh, and that's actually the end of the quarter. So that's confirmed. It was 50-0. Ehol over Canarsie. Wow, I'm seeing some pictures now. Huge shout out to the Dutchman. I mean, that is a statement from the Dutchman. Wow, that's quick. Wow, 2 hours flat. Okay, so 49-6. Okay, got it. So shout out to the Dutchman. And shout out to Curtis. Shout out to the Sage Standout Game of the Week. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. We're going to talk about the future schedule. As another bad snap, ball's on the ground. Who has it? Who has it? It is second down. Nah, Amir, I'm going to see you week 4, man. I got to dap you out, man. You funny as hell, man. I can't lie to you. But that's you know, injured man on the field. So we usually like to take it off of the injured players. That was me doing a little bit of a producing as I'm commentating. Hopefully that young man is okay. Let's see. It is 11:48 on the clock. So while we have some time, let's talk about the Sage Standout Game of the Week's full schedule. So as you can see, almost done with this game. Next week is going to be a huge rivalry in Brooklyn between Eagle Academy and Madison. And then right after that, you see that E. Hall Curtis game. So I'm sure, you know, Amir Moreau and all them boys over there, Lyric, taking a little watch of this game, seeing what Curtis has. They can see that they're going to have to get some pressure on Anthony Caratelli because he is extremely accurate. So our next two will be in Brooklyn for Eagle versus Madison. Eagle took a tough loss today against JFK. Going to have to wipe their wounds off after that. And then after that, we will see in 2 weeks a classic PSAL matchup in E. Hall versus Curtis. So the young man is still seeing some medical attention. Again, hopefully everything is okay. Dre saying Coach Mack is laughing somewhere in Jersey. Yo, Coach Mack, listen. Coach Mack don't got no time to laugh because he got to see St. Thomas Aquinas right now. So I don't think he laughing right now because he got to go see. Yo, St. Thomas Aquinas is tough. I was at the game, Lincoln, St. Thomas Aquinas. I really got to get this kid's name because I keep talking about him somehow. But number one from St. Thomas Aquinas is an incredible player. So Coach Mack, shout out to him, but he don't got any time to talk right now because he's locked into a war, I'm sure. You know, if my guy, sorry I kept the clock running there. Sorry about that. My guy Jared Veluzzi's watching. Shout out to you, all the work you do. So the player is okay. And Wagner still have the ball. Hold on. Oh, it just came back. Okay, we're good. Sorry if you guys missed a little bit. The stream might have cut out there for a second. But I think we're good. Let me know if you guys can see and hear us. Just checking. There was a flag on the play. So I think we should be good. Let me know if you guys can hear us. Tough stick there. Thank you, Amir. So Amir had 2 touchdowns, 100. Listen, man, I thought my list was very unconfrontational when I put up the top 3 running backs. And, you know, Amir, no, shout out to you. You're having a great year. Cayenne Filbert with 200 yards last week against Canarsie in a big spot. All the lights on him. And Trayshawn Bent, shout out to you. Trayshawn, I'm pretty sure Trayshawn had 2 touchdowns last week. I know him and Corey. I think between him and Corey, they might have 5 or something crazy like that last week. It's another flag on the play. But yeah, I think my top 3 running backs list is. I'm calm. I'm calm on my list. And they are able to get the punt off. Takes a good bounce for the Falcons. A very good bounce for the Falcons. Hopefully I said Tyshawn right. I didn't say Tayshawn, I said Tyshawn. If anyone has any update, no, that's a fact. Tyshawn is, you know, we flashed the Sage Standout games of the week. And rivalry week 7. Hope y'all hear me rubbing my hands, man. I will definitely be in Staten Island. We're going to be in two boroughs at once. Rivalry week, week 7. We will be in the Bronx for DeWitt Clinton versus JFK. And we will be back here in Staten Island for E-Hall Tottenville championship rematch. So 1st and 10 here for the Warriors. Ball is on squad the 48. Jet sweep. Has a big lane. Does he have enough? Doesn't. Down to the 25-yard line. That was Michael Vemenem. Yeah, Amir, I mean, I think it's interesting. I feel like maybe Kyan Filbert from Lincoln's a little overlooked. I think he's a little overlooked somehow after 200 yards in the game of the week against a very tough Canarsie team. But I understand Corey. So, again, it's all about what you value. So, when you talk about lists and stuff like that, of course anyone can put together a list, right? But you also have to be able to talk about the list. So let's see this play. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Handoff to number 17, Torino Lewis. Inside, gets it inside the 20. 2nd and 5. So when it comes to these lists, you have to be able to explain your reasoning and what you value, right? So I personally, at the high school level, I value an every down back. I value a back when he gets hit, he's going to go sideways. He's going to roll over. You know what I'm saying? I value a back that you can give the ball 15, 20 times, and you're going to be fine. Another run to the outside, gets the edge, goes right out of bounds. So that's what I value when it comes to running backs. Now, Corey Brown, listen, Corey Brown's probably number 4. All right, we're talking about top 3 lists. Corey's probably number 4 in my opinion. Corey is a tremendous player, probably one of the fastest players in the whole PSAL. Can do a lot of amazing things, especially in the past game. But, you know, Corey's a sophomore. He has plenty of time to cook up and get on every single list, you know? So for now, I got Cayenne. In no order. My list is no order. Another handoff. And, okay, good job from the Falcons. Hanging tough on a third and 1. Money, I mean, Lincoln has a tremendous O-line. Travis Profit is probably a first-team All-City player. I'm calm about that pick, too, saying that. So, it looks like a timeout. It's a referee's timeout. It's a 4th and 3. Yeah, both. 7:05. Let me get that. 7:05 on the clock. So it's 7:05 on the clock. I'm just resetting it. So this is a good, healthy conversation. But, yeah, Lincoln's O-line is tremendous. But, yo, you got to go lay eyes on Tottenville's offensive line. Those are some dogs. E-Hall knows best. Like, those are some dogs in the offensive line. So 2 great offensive line units. Amir, as far as is he getting 200 against E-Hall, I mean, hey, you know, you guys have definitely one of the toughest defensive front sevens in all of New York City. So it's going to be hard for anyone to, especially on the ground, to have a big day. And another reason why I value, let's say my list, is, you know, my list are the 3 primary running backs, right? You know, Corey benefits tremendously from having Tyshawn, the threat of Tyshawn. Of course, in these conversations, we're not taking anything away from these players, of course. But having Tyshawn in the backfield with him on this 4th down. Let's get to the 4th down. Another jet sweep. Does he have enough? He's right on the line. I think he has enough That's Torino Lewis. So that's going to be enough for a Warrior first down. Torino Lewis. Not sure, so the clock should be starting now, so I'm going to wait. I don't know why the clock wasn't running. I should stop it. So, yeah, so my picks, you know, again, what I value, you know, I value, you know, if you're a primary back on the team. Another jet sweep. And again, just because you're not the primary back doesn't mean you're not a tremendous player. I'll come out and say it right now. I think Tyshawn and Corey can both play in the ACC. I'm going to say it right now. Corey, he's only a sophomore. He'll probably get maybe 10, 15 more pounds. Maybe 6, 8 more pounds in high school. Definitely think both of those guys are ACC caliber kind of players. Curtis trying to punch it in. Good job from the Falcons with the tackle. And as for the Falcons, you know, they got to keep their head up. This is, you know, call them the 4 horsemen of the PSAL. You know, Curtis is absolutely one of the 4 horsemen. Wagner, with a tremendous amount of success last year, earned this right to be in the Sage Standout Game of the Week. And, you know, in the beginning of the game, they really had a lot of momentum. It was just the negative plays that really got to the Falcons, and obviously the score got a little out of hand here. It's like an illegal procedure. But, you know, the Falcons got to keep their head up. 2 tough losses. But I know they got to see E-Hall at some point this season. But the Falcons got to keep their head up, keep working, and see what they can do with this season. I mean, no one's going to kill you for going 0-2 against Tottenville and Curtis. So another stoppage in the play. Not sure what that was. So again, thanks for sticking it out with me. 7:46. Again, this stream is brought to you by Sage Media Solutions. This is Andre Johnson, creator and owner of Sage Media. Again, 4 teams, 2 games, 2 boroughs, 1 network. I am tremendously proud of my whole staff, everyone back in Brooklyn, everyone who took the trip out here to Staten Island. Very proud of everyone, very proud of today. Yeah, there's some technical issues. We're going to iron that kind of stuff out. You don't got to worry about that. We're only going to get better and better as time goes on. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And make sure you guys tune in, of course, Andre Johnson, Coach Mack, and Jared Veluzzi for the Sage Standout, for the New York Football Talk podcast, which is Monday at 7:15. A lot to talk about from the weekend. As they put in number 9, and we actually can't see him. It's not just the cameras. It's literally how the field is set up. That was number 9, Charles Simmons. And did they call the game? I think with 4 minutes left, they called it. E-Hall Curtis play at E-Hall, Sid Luckman. That will be week 4 of the Sage Standout Game of the Week. So here, our final is going to be 41-0 Curtis Warriors. Make sure you stay tuned after we're going to do the Sage Standout Players of the Game. Make sure you tune in to Instagram to see who those players are. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Here is the rest of the Game of the Week schedule. Again, this is Andre Johnson signing off. We will see you guys at the Eagles Nest next week for Eagle versus James Madison. Good night.